Let's do it.
Hey, Dallin, good to see you.
Hey, you too, Moku.
Yeah,
how's it going, man?
Good. It's not going too bad. Not too bad, actually.
Awesome.
I'm glad that we got to sit down and talk again because it looks like we're kind of in an impasse there about a couple of things, huh?
Yeah, I know last time we met, we weren't able to settle on something, but I mean, I feel like we can probably come to a good consensus today of what we're going to take care of.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's one thing that I wanted to do and talk with you about. There's a lot been in my mind since our last conversation.
Okay.
And I truly wanted to maybe take us a couple steps back and talk a little bit about your situation again, see where you're at, and basically if we are actually a good fit for each other. I mean, I believe we are, but I'd like to get a little bit more information from you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I said go for it.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your situation with your software itself.
Definitely. So basically we had bought a previous software in the past and we tried implementing it, we tried using it, but basically the administrators and other people are having a hard time using it. And so we have all the software and we have all the resources to make the projects happen and stuff and to make things happen, but it's just not making the cut, let alone people don't know how to use it. Things aren't getting conveyed the right way. And so we're just trying to figure out how we can be, one, more efficient, and then two, have everyone just be happier too.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about the software itself. You said that your people are having trouble using it.
Yeah.
Where exactly is that disconnect? Is there training involved when people use it, or I guess I'm trying to understand more about how you use it versus how everybody else uses it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point you bring up. So basically the disconnect with them is because a lot of the people that are working for the schools right now, they just, well, I wouldn't say that, but they've been around for quite a while.
Okay.
So they've been working for quite a while, so they're not like the millennial.
Tech savvy. Okay.
Yeah, they're not the most tech savvy. A lot of our employees, so they're having troubles in that regard. But ultimately, it's just we're having a hard time just understanding the equipment and how to use it, essentially, because even if it is, even if older people are not tech savvy, like we're just having a hard time because we have the hardware, we have like the resources to do it, we're just using it effectively. And sometimes, we're just not using it effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can definitely understand that. We integrated a new software as well into our system, and some people had a hard time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really difficult because we have some pretty good training involved to help people get comfortable with the software.
Right.
But the problem is that sometimes people are just set, in a certain way. And it's hard for them to break habits and also to get incorporated with new stuff. So
I guess that's true.
Yeah, it's been really difficult for us as well. So I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Definitely.
Outside of the struggles you're having with your software, your programming, what other challenges are you having?
So because of those challenges, it's actually relating back to our team in regards to a lot of people are not very motivated as they come to work.
Huh.
It's like, it's almost like if you go to your car every day and you know that something's broke on it, you don't really want to drive it.
Okay.
It's the same exact thing when people come to work. They're feeling that same exact way because they got to work on a computer that's not very efficient and doing the things they need to, let alone when it comes to overall lines of communication, it's not very good.
Right. So. That can be very frustrating, especially.
Yeah, it's super frustrating. Yeah, I just had my boss, yelling at me the other day, my superintendent, trying to get this figured out, and it's not been happening.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, did you have something to say? Or?
No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah. Having these challenges and the struggles that you're dealing with, of course, it's probably not the easiest thing to do.
Right.
Especially, there's probably a lot of pressure on you.
Oh yeah, tons. Yeah, my superintendent. She just wants me to figure out the situation as soon as I can. Let alone, it's been kind of difficult because I haven't had a ton of resources allocated to me to make it happen.
Okay.
But yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
So what are you doing in the meantime, I guess, to work around some of these problems that you're having?
Oh man, honestly, not a whole lot. We're literally just getting by. We're just getting by with what we have. It hasn't, like I said, it hasn't been the most efficient, but maybe some of the employees have tried to look up YouTube videos.
Okay.
They're trying to figure out how to integrate this new system into the processes that we have. But yeah, I don't know how they're doing it. I honestly don't know. I think sometimes people bring their home laptops with them. I think they just try using those.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does that translate with your I guess your applicants or your I wouldn't say customers, but your people that are using that on the other side. You know, I mean, it looks like you have administrative problems there. You have some applicants who are trying to get into the portal, right? And
applications. That's like process registration. Registration is a big one. On the other side, I mean, we've had people in the area call us and saying that they're having a hard time, you know, trying to manipulate the system in a good way and trying to make it work. But it's not been a whole lot of fun. So that's why we want to meet with you again, because we've looked at some other options and nothing's just really making the cut.
Okay. What does that do for your reputation as Tenley? You know, I mean, I'm sure that there's some challenges there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, Tenley over the years has really gained in that aspect of become like a little bit more prestigious. But when something like this happens, it's kind of like a hiccup where we're almost like backtracking now.
Right.
So our reputation is definitely jeopardized at this point because, one, it's reliant on me, but two, Tenley is now trying to figure out how to get over this process of administration and registration issues and stuff like that.
Okay. You know, and all of your concerns and your problems, they're very unique.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the most part, things that we can provide can help you. Now, it really comes down to, of course, putting that into action from our side.
Yeah.
But if we were able to solve some of these problems for you, what would that mean to you? What would that be able to do for you?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it would take a lot of the burden and stress off of me. And it actually allowed me to do my job a whole lot better. I feel like these past couple of months I haven't been the most efficient when it comes to my overall work. I feel like, of course, I'm putting in the 8 hours every day, but I don't know how effective I'm being because I'm thinking so much about how to solve this problem.
Okay.
And I think it would just help me be a lot more efficient when it comes to, or not efficient, but productive and stress-free.
Okay.
I think in that regard, but overall for the school system, it's definitely going to help the reputation like you're talking about and really just foster that brand of Tenley in the area.
Okay. Yeah, that's all great things. And that's really what we wanted to try to talk about.
Yeah.
How we can help you do that.
Okay.
Because I believe that we can do that.
Sweet.
With our program and our softwares, you know, you talked about how it could help you resolve some of these problems.
Yep.
Free up some time for you to do, you know, performance-wise, productivity is huge.
Yeah.
Would that do anything for you financially? Would that do anything for you on a?
Yeah, probably. Financially, in the regards to operations, because our operations staff, you know, they're tasked with some pretty heavy, you know, duty things to do throughout the year, and I feel like this, I mean, they've been trying to figure it out as well. They're doing a pretty good job at it, but I think, you know, this will help them save time to do it, and that will save us costs from having to pay them, right? Because labor and expenses are the biggest cost in the business. So yeah, I'd save us some money in that regard, and hopefully our you know overall district and government institution would, and how we communicate with all the you know public officials and stuff like that would really increase as well.
Yeah. Well, I believe that we can do that. So let's talk a little bit more about structuring part of this contract. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that.
So the last thing we talked about our asking price, right?
Yes, we did.
We're looking about $85,000.
Okay.
Okay. You expressed to us that wasn't something you guys are able to do.
Yeah.
So my next question would be, what are you able to do?
Yeah, that's a really good point. So we've actually taken the time and we've done a little bit of planning to get ready for this, you know, this meeting and just talk with you guys on August home. And we've been able to kind of scrunch up, you know, some extra funds in regards to, you know, other departments been able to pitch in. And so what we're really shooting for is somewhere around the 40 range.
Okay.
Yeah, we're really shooting for that and to hopefully get that just kind of going for us and see if we can maybe have that implemented, because we know that you guys specialize in overall businesses and we felt like it would be really helpful in that regard, because I know that, like I said, you guys are some of the best we got. So we're shooting around the 40 number.
Okay. To be honest, we were hoping for something more around the 60,000 range.
Okay.
We normally do our contracts a little bit higher than 85 in the private sector. So we're bringing that down quite a bit, primarily because we believe in what you folks do and want to make sure that we can help you and actually get into a little bit more with Tenley and also school districts and things like that.
Right.
We want to be able to help people resolve the same concerns and problems.
Okay.
This is huge for both of us. And
that's true.
And for us, we really want to make sure that, as we know what we provide can help. And we believe that wholeheartedly. The company that we represent is very, very driven by that. 60,000 was something that we were really scraping by, but we're wondering if that's something that you can do.
Yeah, realistically, we don't have the funds to do 60, but I really feel like your service is going to be beneficial to us.
Okay.
Like, you do have the best products, like I just mentioned, and we've looked into other providers and they're not that great. So we do value you guys. So I'm willing to do a little bit more than 40 if we can be compensated in regards to effect, or I guess on the flip side of, and making sure that our services and our needs are met, essentially.
Okay. And what would that entail, I guess?
Yeah. So basically, have you guys ever, worked among like school districts, or are you guys just more like on the corporate side?
We're more on the corporate side.
Okay.
We're looking into getting to more of this type of industry.
Right.
The software we just found it very compatible to what you folks are doing and many other students or schools are doing.
Right.
So that's something that we've been looking into.
Cool.
And so that's something that we wanted to get into. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you guys are confident to do it. We just want to make sure that, of course, we want to bring you on because you have the capabilities, and that's probably your guys' core business to do that. In regards to setting up corporations, but you can take some of those skills and implement it into the school system. We just want to make sure that it works first, rather than us spending all this money and then maybe not having it work, because it hasn't been something that you guys are focused on in the past. You've never really done business in this area. I'm not saying that you guys can't, but we just want to make sure that there's some kind of fallback for us and making sense to where either we can put in a little bit right now and then see, kind of on a contractual basis and see where that can kind of go. And we'll make sure to kick back the rest of the funds to you guys and whatever we settle on.
Okay. That's something that's been on my mind as well.
Okay.
I have to admit that we think that would be something that would be beneficial. Having some sort of trial period, we think that would help out a lot.
Cool.
If we were to do a trial period in that type of way, we would really be looking for more of the 85,000 range.
Okay.
So what we really be looking at is something of a down payment initially, and then usually on like some kind of payment plan for the next 3 to 5 years.
Got it. And okay, so what would the down payment look like?
So we were thinking something around, you mentioned 40 at first, right? Mm-hmm. We'd be willing to take a little bit, of course, we'd take 40, and then over the next 3 to 5 years, you'd be making payments to 85.
To get up to 85. Mm-hmm. What about, would the 40 be cash, or would that kind of just be, I guess it kind of would be down payment of cash. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I guess, is there how much, so from the 4 to 5 years, it'd probably be right around like 10 grand every year.
Just about, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think, and would you want that per year, or would you want that per month?
I think that it would be better if we did a per month type of deal. Mm-hmm. That way it kind of shows that you're making progress there, and we can also show that we're making progress on your end as well.
Right.
Because we really want to make sure that whatever processes that we need to work through, we can work through them, help you organize yourself with the software and system, and show that it works.
Right.
Every month.
That's true. Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah. Because we just talked about that. Yeah. We're willing to put down the money, but the thing is, I cannot spend more than. I'm just gonna, be pretty honest with you. Like, I cannot spend more than 50 in this whole entire project. So if I do put down the 40, I can't go up to the 85. Even if it is over the years. I'm not sure if, the school has budgeted every single year to do that 10 additional grand. And so what I had in mind, because like I said, I think you guys are something that we really need. I think what would be good and where I could really help you meet the middle is, what if we in this entire process, we're willing to put down, of course, a good amount of money for you. What if we put down 30 grand or 40, whatever one we feel like would be best, and in that regard, for you guys to help us in our services and help us get through it.
Okay.
But one thing that we'll do is we'll actually strip that hardware that we have. We'll try to strip it all the way down clean to where all you have to do is come into the business and just start programming. So I know some, or probably, I mean, I'm not sure about a ton about the tech industry, but I'm assuming that there's a lot of things that you got to do before you actually start doing your own service when it comes to reprogramming. So we're thinking we can just hire the guys that we have on our operations staff because they are a little techie. We can just have them strip down all the system and all of the things down to the bare bones, and then have you guys come in and just reprogram it from kind of like the ground up. Okay. And so that would save you guys, I guess, costs on that end, and then we'll be willing to give you guys the down payment, and then settle on the 50 there.
Well, thinking about that, our software is really plug and play at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have the system pretty much already sorted and set up. Mm-hmm. We use a switch and we use a network connection that we've already established to just plug and play. So really, it's limited in programming because it's already been done.
Right.
But what else can we do to help you? I mean, we want to help each other out.
Yeah, that's true. So. Yeah, that's true. I'd say the only other thing that I have in mind is, if the service does work, of course, we're willing to do the down payment. But what I'd be willing to do, because I was just talking to a couple, schools just down the road. Mm-hmm. There's one in, Rigby, there's a district right there, and there's one in Idaho Falls.
Okay.
And I think they might in the future have the same exact problems as what we're going through. Okay. Because it's kind of like when something happens in one area, like everyone wants to jump onto it. Okay. So when they saw us do this new initiative of wanting to implement this new hardware, they started doing it, but now they're kind of having some fallback and they're not being able to execute the way they want to as well, I'm assuming. So I was talking to one of the administrators over there, and I think that eventually they're going to fall into the same kind of problem that we're having. Okay. And so what I'd be willing to do, because I just talked to the guy from Rigby and they have a lot of connections to Idaho Falls, I'd be willing to give you guys some really, really solid, contacts in that regard. Okay. And so I'd be willing to refer you to the guys in Rigby, which I know will need your help in the near future, and then they will be able to help you with Idaho Falls. So essentially, I can't probably meet you at the 85, mm-hmm. but through us giving you the 40, and then over time, maybe in like 1 or 2 years, you'll be able to land a contract with them, which could be even more than what we're charging for me, and mm-hmm. maybe more if Idaho Falls. How'd that work for you?
You would do that for us?
Yeah. Yeah, so I would make sure, in the contract, of course, I would make sure that I would at least give you that first lead to mm-hmm. Rigby, and then you would contractually work with Rigby to get the lead to Idaho Falls.
That makes sense.
And I'm not sure how much they would be able to promise you, or, who knows, maybe they might know more people than just Idaho Falls. So it could be a win-win for you. But essentially, you're still going to be making up on that first initial contract, because even if you squeeze 40 or 50 out of them, you're still going to make up for what you're charging me in that regard.
Yeah, I think that's something that we can do, actually, yeah.
Okay. Sweet. That sounds good. So when can we get started on it?
Yeah, we'll start. I'll have my team send over a draft proposal to you. And then we can set up a time for us to do a little bit of like not recon, but really analyze the situation and then get you set up.
Okay. Yeah, that works. And I'll make sure to add in the, in our agreement that, I'll make sure to put the guy's name and I'll put all his information.
Awesome.
That way we can reach out to him and then you guys can kind of go from there. And yeah, hopefully it's super prosperous for you guys, because I know that you guys are a good company,
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks, Moku.
Yeah, of course.
All right.